She was an Orthodox Brahmin girl. She knew her Vedas, and every Friday, wearing madisar, which is the ancient way of wearing sari, she used to say Lalita Sahasranamam of praising the mother goddess Lilith. Then, in the 90s, she became a movie star with a given name, Mohini, and made many successful movies in India. After a few years, she got married to a young man named Bharat and moved to Seattle City in USA, where he was living. However, unknowingly, her wedding broke the heart of a young widow who had been desiring to marry Bharat. The couple arrived in the US and started their happy married life. However, in her new home, Mohini started having severe problems with her spine and spondylitis that she couldn't lead a normal life. She was in constant pain. She got nightmares. Often she felt like some hidden hands were strangling her when she was asleep. She also started hearing voices that will tell her things like, "You are finished. Why don't you kill yourself?" She will hear footsteps. If she turned around to look, there will be none. She will hear someone knocking at the door at the middle of the night with no one really being there. She was simply tormented, and it went on for 5 years. Then an astrologer told her that 5 years prior, someone had done witchcraft on her and sent 13 evil spirits to kill her. And since it has taken such deep root, it is impossible for anyone to undo it. And it would be a wonder if she ever lived another year. By the way, it had been the handiwork of that young widow I mentioned about, with the help of some local wizards. Mohini approached some godly men in her own religion, but they all said it is some karma from her previous life or from her parents' side. Even then, what was the validity of all the gods she had been praying to? Why can't they help her in her times of trouble now? And when will she get the fruits of all her pujas? Only in her next birth? Meanwhile, she started searching all the holy books for the forgiveness of sins. After all, this problem seems to be sin-related. She read Sikh, Jain, Buddhist and Islamic books, except the Bible, to find forgiveness for her sins because she had such aversion to Christianity. However, being unable to find an answer in all these religious books, she finally started reading the Bible. There, a small verse from Jesus gave her hope. It said, "The Son of Man has power on earth to forgive sins." Meanwhile, the torment continued. One night, she cut her wrist so deep it started bleeding profusely, and she wrapped her hand with a big towel because at that time she was in bed. Her husband and her son were sleeping by her side. She didn't want them to wake up and end up saving her. However, she woke up in the morning rather confused because she had not died yet. Everything around her looked like her own home. When she unwrapped the towel, even though she had cut one of her veins so deeply it had sealed up, she couldn't explain it. At another point, she consumed 135 sleeping pills. Even that wouldn't kill her. Finally, she consumed rat poison mixed with coke, thinking that was the foolproof method to take her life. But that wouldn't work either. Then one day, Jesus appeared to her in her dream. He told her to read his word. As she continued reading the Bible, all these evil powers lost their grip on her life, and she came out of all her spiritual attacks. So, for anyone out there facing similar problems, Here is the answer. Start reading God's Word. For a starter, try the book of Luke. See how God's mighty hand bring deliverance into your lives. God bless you.